Centric in 2017 has already classified that there are 3 sets of learning and thinking styles. So those are Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, it is nice to see you all again today on this channel Kuliah Teknokrat with me Dyah Aminatun to learn about educational psychology. On this previous video, we have learned about individual variations, and also I have already mentioned that there are 3 points of individual variations that will be discussed. So those are intelligence, learning and thinking styles, and then personality and temperament. Do you still remember? And because in the first video, I have talked about the first point, that is intelligence. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the next point of individual variations, and that is about learning and thinking style. But before we go any further, it is better for you all to know first the objectives of this meeting. In the end of this session, the students are expected to be able to mention the types of individual learning and thinking styles, and then the students are expected to be able to distinguish the types of learning and also thinking styles according to their characteristics. For the first, now let's talk about learning and thinking style. We have learned about intelligence previously, and intelligence refers to ability. However, learning and thinking styles are not abilities, but rather individuals' preferences in how they use their abilities. Teachers and students also vary in their styles and also learning and thinking. None of us just has a single learning and also thinking style. Each of us has a profile of many styles. So each of us has different types of style in learning and also thinking. Centric in 2017 has already classified that there are 3 sets of learning and thinking styles. So those are impulsive, reflective, and then the second one is deep surface, and then the last one is optimistic, pessimistic. Now, let's check them out one by one. The first is impulsive, reflective style. Impulsive reflective styles, also referred to as a conceptual tempo, involve a student's tendency either to act quickly and impulsively or to take more time to respond and reflect on the accuracy of an answer. So this theory proposed by Kagan in 1965, and it is still relatable still now. Research on impulsivity or reflection shows that reflective students are more likely to do well than impulsive students at the following tasks. So the first, remembering structured information. And then the second task is reading comprehensions and text interpretations. And the last one is problem solving and decision making. Reflective students also are more likely than impulsive students to set their own learning goals and concentrate on relevant information. Reflective students usually have a higher standard for performance. The evidence is strong that reflective students learn more effectively and do better in school than the impulsive students, while the impulsive students often make more mistakes than reflective students. So, according to the experts, reflective students surpass impulsive students at these following aspects. The first, I repeat once again, it is remembering structured informations, and then the next task is reading comprehension. The next one is problem solving and decision making. The next is goal setting. And the last one is setting high standards for performance. It can be concluded that the reflective style is, of course, better than the impulsive one. The second type of learning and thinking style is called deep surface style. Deep surface style involves the extent to which students approach learning materials in a way that helps them understand the meaning of the materials, or it is called as deep style, or as simply what needs to be learned, or it is called as surface style. Students who approach learning with a surface style fail to tie what they are learning into a larger conceptual framework. They tend to learn in passive way and often rotely memorizing information. So that's the students with surface style. And on the other hand, deep learners, or the students who have a deep style, are more likely to actively construct what they learn and give meaning to what they need to remember. Thus, deep learners take a constructivist approach to learning. Deep learners are also more likely to be self-motivated to learn, whereas the surface learners are more likely to be motivated to learn because of the external rewards. So once again, they are motivated because of the external rewards. The external rewards here, such as grades, for example, and also positive feedbacks from the teacher. So here, as you can see from on your screen, to make you clear, now I will show you the comparison of these two styles in form of table. So you can see the deep learners and also surface learners. For deep learners, they are actively construct the knowledge, and then they also give meaning to the material because they want to learn deeper. And then they focus on internal reward. So it is not external reward like the surface learners, but it is internal rewards, the rewards that are coming from the individuals themselves, like the individual's happiness, or maybe the satisfaction, or even pride. And then they are also self-motivated. However, the surface learner, they are typically passive learners, and they fail to tie information to a larger framework. They also focus only on the external rewards. Like what I've already mentioned previously, it is like getting good grades or good scores, and then getting a present, for example, or maybe the positive recognition from other people, such as their friends or the teacher. All right, and then the next type of learning and thinking style is called optimistic and a pessimistic style. So optimistic, pessimistic styles involves having either positive, or it is the optimistic, and negative or pessimistic expectations for the future. And of course, as you all have already known, that optimistic people will give positive vibes either for they themselves or for other people. According to Dr. Martin Seligman in his book entitled The Optimistic Child, optimistic people will be less likely to become depressed and more likely to succeed academically, because optimistic people give the positive vibes and also do positive things. And then a study of adolescents found that having an optimistic style of thinking predicted a reductions in suicidal ideation for individuals who had experienced negative and potentially traumatic life events. Another study also revealed that adolescents with an optimistic thinking style had a lower risk of developing depressive symptoms than their pessimistic counterparts. It is shown that the optimistic occurs way better than pessimistic styles. And then when we are talking about the academic thing in education and the concept of academic optimism, positive academic outcomes will occur if teachers do these following things. So the first, the teachers believe they can make a difference in their students' academic achievement. And then the second one, the teachers trust students and also parents to cooperate in this objective. The last one, the teacher believes in their ability to overcome problems and be resilient in the face of difficulties. Researchers have found that academic optimism is linked to the students' academic success. So optimism the optimism is related to the students' academic success. So it is important to encourage our students to have optimistic thinking and learning styles. All right, so now you have known the types of learning and also thinking styles that an individual might have according to the theory of educational psychology. Now we have come to the conclusion of today's sessions. So according to the video that you have watched, there are 3 types of learning and also thinking styles. The first, impulsive reflective style. And then the second one is deep surface style. And the last one is optimistic, pessimistic styles. And as an educator, I hope you can also adjust and also improve your way of teaching according to the needs of your students' type of learning and thinking. And it is also hoped that students will then improve their way of learning and thinking to become more positive, that is becoming more reflective or deep learners, and then become an optimistic learners. Well, so that's all our topic today. Do not forget to check out the next video to discuss about the next point of individual variations, that is about personality and temperament. I hope you get full understanding of today's materials. See you on the next one and goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan video pembelajaran ini. Jangan lupa like, komen, dan subscribe, serta nyalakan tanda loncengnya agar kalian tidak ketinggalan informasi update lainnya. I hate Spada.